Commercial break! We've been really busy over the past 2 years developing our very own women's lacrosse stick.
We are really, really proud of it. So stop by the shop. We would love to tell you more about it.
Good Stick Co. Come get a stick. Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
Number 77, Andrew Cruder. Number 81, Jack Mumford. And number 91, Ryan Cohen.
Welcome to beautiful Wrocław, Poland. You're watching the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championships. I'm Bill Searle. I'm here with Stephen Stamp.
And we are stoked for this quarterfinal game.
We are.
The other quarterfinal, the first quarterfinal of the day, is well underway. Maybe done by now. Is England?
I believe it is done.
Just finished up. England downing France 18-4. We do not expect an 18-4 game here. No. Latvia has been the breakout star of the tournament, getting lots of attention. I know that, having spoken to their coach before the game, that they are definitely leaning hard on the "we don't get the respect we deserve" card. Andres Dickmanis was saying, go around and people don't know us, don't think, but we're ready to take down a big dog.
Yeah, Latvia's coming off a big win last night in an interrupted game. We did have quite a thunderstorm roll through, so. Yeah. There was a gap in that, and they were playing on the grass field at the back there that ended in a 6-4 victory over Scotland. It was not a surprise that was a tight game. Scotland had a great game earlier against Israel.
And this is one of the first games where we're seeing teams that have played common opponents as we get into the play-in rounds. And they did play. We're going to go through the entire way that they got here, but they did both play Scotland. That 6-4 win last night for Latvia, where Israel played Scotland their second game of pool play, won that one 11-6. So that would suggest an edge to Israel. The history suggests an edge to Israel, but this Latvia team is dynamic, athletic, and they have first possession off the opening draw. The ball scooped up by Harrison's Knives, and a flag right away, so they're going to immediately go to the man up.
Rosenbold bringing down the hammer right away.
And they are fired up on the sideline. I know Latvia is they believe this is their time to shine. And it's a bit of a Moti Bowl, to be honest. Moti Silberlicht, the head coach for Israel, was the head coach for Latvia from 2012 through 2018. So there's a lot of familiarity on that side. And in case you're thinking, oh, it's a revenge bowl or something, not at all. He is very happy to see the Latvians in the quarterfinals. Does not want to see them in the semifinals yet. He's hoping for them for that in the future. But there is a huge pickoff. The Israel defense has been so tough to get by. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has been dominant in this tournament. Gets it quickly off to Ryan Cohen with 9 goals, 6 assists in the tournament. He's not leading their team. Bo Chetner and Matthew Balter each have 10 goals. A very balanced Israeli attack. And right now they're trying to get this. Oh, and now we have a flag down. And that's going to balance things out.
It may be.
Or is it Israel again? Is it Yakov Silberlicht?
I know the player ran off with a broken stick instead of dropping it.
Yeah, it is Silberlicht going to the penalty bench.
Yeah, the player did not drop their stick when they broke it. They decided to run off with it.
Wow.
We have a stoppage in time by the stop time.
No, it is a stoppage in time.
This is a stoppage.
This is a stoppage.
So
and that's why stoppage time is the time after the regular play that if in football they have, run the stoppage time, because if there's a stoppage for a minute and a half, you add that to the end. You'll get it, Bill. You'll get it. You're getting so close.
Oh, I just keep getting grief from back home.
Come on, Jim. Lay off. Glad to have you all with us on this stream for what is a beautiful day. Certainly a diametric contrast to the lightning and pouring rain and wind we had last night. There were barricades blown over. It was kind of crazy. The organizing committee doing an awesome job of keeping this thing going. Right now, Latvia probing. They're going to pass one near side. There's a look just over top by Pence Estrats. So close.
skip passes are going to be hard to come by here.
Yeah, you were talking before the game about how hard it is to get passes through this Israel defense, even with just the four of them out there. 5 of them out there, sorry, and now a 6th coming is Silberlick's.
That was Kruder who took that right off the back. You can see he's feeling it when he's jogging into the corner here.
I hope the ball's okay, because Andrew Kruder is a beast. And one of my favorite players, because one of the first times I went to Prague, to Radotin for the Alice Rubeski in the E-Box, I was not prepared for how cold it was going to get when we had a dip, and I didn't have a hoodie, and Andrew Kruder loaned me a hoodie. There weren't many people who could loan me one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
For context, I'm 6'8", and around 280, generously, maybe a bit more. And Kruder lent me a hoodie. I have one of my favorite pictures from that tournament is myself with Sean Gibson standing and having a chat while I'm wearing the Kruder sweatshirt. Israel setting up here. We are back to even strength. Montfort with 6 goals and 3 assists. We'll flip it up top. And there's Fruling. Oh, there's the cutter. Nice catch. What a save there. Ryan Richter's with the big stop. He's been excellent for Latvia. At the other end, Drew Morris between the pipes for Israel has played every second for them. And Richter's taking his time. There's no shot clock in international lacrosse yet. It will come in next year, leading up to the 2027 Worlds in Japan. It'll be an 80-second clock with a 60-second reset, and that's a thrown away pass. And you can see how disappointed in himself Cam Kondraty was. He knew as it left his stick.
Yeah, unfortunate one. Israel does a great job of cutting you off on the sideline and using that sideline to their advantage on the clears.
Yeah, using the sideline as an extra defender, as they say. Now here's Matthew Flapan. Doesn't spend a ton of time up in the offensive zone. He's more of a D midi, but he is very effective all over the field. He's definitely staying this time as they set up behind with Jack Montfort. Comes out to Sasha Gannon. Real facilitator. He's going to let this one rip. Another save Richter's. That's got to be his real ball, but hustle from Richter's to try and get there.
It's Israel ball.
Sorry, did I not say Israel?
Oh, sorry, you're right.
Okay, I was like, hang on.
I thought you were giving the goaltender credit there.
I was giving him credit for hustling, but he was. They had Jack Montfort was already back by the line. I don't think Richter saw that Montfort was already there. I think he just saw the others. And there's an over and back, and that is going to be Latvian possession. Driving forward is Eli Lazda. We'll leave it there for Kondraty, and Latvia's going to slow it down, get their change completed. Got a little crackle in the headsets. I hope that's not going through to the broadcast. But there was so much rain last night, we actually didn't do commentary for the final games, the last half of the Latvia-Scotland and the entire Wales-Czech game, which was such a shame because it was the best game of the tournament, I think, a 9-8 overtime win. But
Wales coming back late in that one.
Yeah, tie it up, and then the Czechs a couple minutes into the overtime. But the gear was very vulnerable. The wind was blowing the rain sideways in all different angles. You just couldn't.
Were sliding everywhere. In
it
that
was
game.
Crazy, right? There were tables being overturned and stuff. Like, seriously, folks, there was a reason. There's a shot and a save by Drew Morris, who had to check to make sure he had it. He's going to throw it immediately ahead. Ian Kadish will take off. They have they don't have numbers, but he's going to go to the wing here.
They did have numbers.
They did, yeah, and they had a chance for Montfort. Went for the low to high, got too high. But they will get possession. Here's a chance. Another save, Richter's. Oh, he's looking dialed in. Outlet pass quickly. Oh, but it gets away. Nice quick movement there. Aiden Hausenbold flicks it ahead, and Israel right back to the attack. I think we're already seeing a lot of what we're going to see in this game, which is super athleticism on both sides and tons of pressure all over the field.
Surprised they're turning it into such a track meet this early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Israel's had a day off, so you can see them being ready to run. Latvia finishing up that game. Again, the delayed game. They finished late last night. This is a tough one for them going this morning, but boy, they are coming out on fire. Up to the top. Gannon's going to let it rip. Scores. First goal of the game goes to Sasha Gannon in Israel. A low rocket.
That was just a quick pass up to the top and released before the defense had a chance to adjust on that one.
And we were talking before the game about how having that extra game, and especially the game last night, could affect Latvia, and often that'll really rear its head in the second half of a game. You get fired up. Like you can get. They were definitely getting fired up for this game, and you can do that. And then at halftime, that 10-minute break, it's hard to gain that back. So let's see what happens. We have a pole movement up front, quick movement. Oh, they had a beautiful look to Matthew Balter in front, and he just couldn't corral that pass.
Another broken stick.
They're just dropping like flies. Richters will take his time. Nice job by Emma Jones to go and collect that broken long pole. Hand it off to one of the bench officials. Good teamwork there by Team Zebra. Wearing their shirts that look like they're on fire. Nice spin move here by James Mowens.
It was actually the bench manager who ran out.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the official names. That's why I said bench official. It's not the CBO. It's the bench manager. We get it back to X. Reverse the tide and head over to the far side. Going through Austin Bloomberg's. Key factor for the Latvians. Bloomberg's with 11 goals. Andres Doctors has 10. So look for those two to really drive things, but there's a bunch of guys on this team contributing as well. Trying to spin underneath there was Eli Lazda. He's repelled, but they get it up top to Kondrati. That gets away, and it's going to come right over. It's going right to you, Bill. Oh, you missed it. It skipped on the curb just in front of us. It's right there. You got it? All right.
We'll excuse that colorful language from
I'm not sure if it got picked up on the thing. So that did come right. It just skipped. It hit the curb in front of us and bounced over Bill's hand, but stopped right behind us in some of the wiring. And Jack Montfort ran through our little booth and around, did a circumnavigation of us. It was fun.
Yeah,
Closest we've gotten to the players.
It's lingering a little here.
What's that? Oh no!
Must be the equipment, because I actually saw them doing their laundry yesterday when I went to do
their
laundry.
That's right.
The machines
Using all the machines, right?
The machines were all full of the Team Israel jerseys.
Israel back to the attack. Sasha Gannon hands it off. Here's Cohen.
Good little lift check there to get him off balance.
Yeah, good job retaining the ball. That pass didn't quite connect. They're trying to feed it through to Ori Bar-David.
It was a great defensive play by Vinny Fecciaponti.
Yeah, Vinny Fecciaponti is not just a face-off guy.
Yeah.
He will play a big role defensively for them. And, we've already talked about Israel's defense and how hard that is to play against, but you've seen, just in the last couple of possessions, several examples of Latvia, their activity, and how sharp they are defensively.
They have some rangy poles that are very active in the middle of the defense.
All kinds of pressure here. Good work by Montfort to keep the pressure on. But Latvia very calm, very poised. That was Gins Gutmanis. He just didn't panic.
No rush.
This is interesting because it's such a contrast as they get the pass ahead to Gutmanis.
Goaltender was able to identify that Montfort was an attack and he wasn't going to cross that line.
Yeah. Setting up his Kondrati. Comes to the near side, and Andres Doctors flips it back. Starting well spaced out. Latvia, no movement yet. Now they're going to have Bloomberg's drift in. Start the stack. Doctors is there. They're going to set a screen. Oh, the pass doesn't quite connect with Estrats. and it's going to roll over to the Israelis. It's a good game so far. 1 goal through the first 12 minutes. We have 4 15-minute running time quarters, stop time for the final 30 seconds of the first 3 quarters, and the final 2 minutes of quarter number 4.
Fitzpatrick loves to carry that ball up the field.
He does. Very good at it.
Some ripped two at the net in one of the games. Wasn't able to connect.
Gutsmanis getting into it with Jakov Silberlicht as they kind of ran into each other. He felt like Silberlicht tried to trip him, and he's still yelling at Silberlicht as he goes back to the bench. Gutsmanis not very happy. The Latvians play with a chip on their shoulder. They warm up with a chip on their shoulder. It feels like that's kind of their MO at the moment, and it works for them.
Fortunately, they're able to shut that off after the game. And
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they're great when they get off. I mean, they're terrific. Great trail check. Now it's going to turn into a Latvia possession as the reach by Hayden Fruling got the ball but knocked it out of bounds. Raynars Outza will start things up. Hands it off to Vinny Fasciaponte.
We're down to a minute and a half in a 1-goal game with Israel up.
And if anybody ever tries to tell you that low-scoring defensive games can't be fun to watch, entertaining, exciting, just make them watch this game. I think it's been a great game to watch. Sometimes you hear chess match. I don't feel like this is a chess match. I feel like this is they're really trying to get things going. The defense has just been the best players on the field on both sides.
Yeah, Latvia has been involved in 2 low-scoring games, and with England losing 8-3 and defeating Scotland last night in the extended game there, 6-4.
Fasciaponte enforced behind. House and Bold working hard. Israel, great job to pick up all the cutters, everyone drifting through the slot. It's just taken away. Latvia's going to have to work hard to open chances. They almost had one there. They're going to reset, start it all up again. Janis Saukatins. Oh, sorry, that is Lazda. Some of the Latvian fans thought that was a goal, but it was on the other side.
I'm not sure the Latvian player wasn't closer. The referee not quite looking over his shoulder.
Israel will take advantage and push it forward. Montfort quickly to the cutter. Nice job. Another stick check getting on to Sasha Gannon. Long outlet pass from Richters with just 7 seconds left. See what? What a catch. Almost. Seth Mahler just sticks with it.
Interesting. The attack basically, I'm sure, was backing up. Notice he didn't reach his stick out to catch the ball. He just sort of let the ball fall into his stick.
Yeah, decoying.
Trying to decoy the defender.
And he was catching it, but Mahler was right there. Was not fooled. Just playing like a really good cornerback. Just playing based on what he can tell. We have 1-0 the score through 15 very entertaining minutes of the second quarterfinal here in Wrocław at the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championship. I'm Stephen Stamp with Bill Searle. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Shots are.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championship here in Wrocław. It's 1-0 Israel, and we were just discussing how the more challenged goaltender for sure has been Ryan Richters. He's faced some pretty difficult shots and had to make some big saves. The one did get by him, the Sasha Gannon blast, and that's all we have on the board, Bill.
That's about 1 out of 5, I think.
Yeah.
Shots that have gone on the net.
And some pretty good shots. I mean, no question about it.
If you're going to have an 800 save percentage, that's pretty darn good.
No kidding. Latvia getting set as they have this first possession of the second quarter. Do we get more than one goal this quarter?
Yep.
Me too. I'm on team
I think
1+. 2+.
2+. I think this will be a 4-goal quarter.
Yeah, that's the range I was thinking. Who knows? They could blow up and get 5 apiece. We never know.
That is true. Although we haven't really seen that from Latvia.
No. They're a bit more methodical. I mean, they would love to run. Andres Dickmanis was saying, we think we're more athletic. We think we have better athletes, but they're definitely not as run and gun. They're definitely working hard here, trying to take advantage of the short pole, and that's just not going to get on target from Andres Doctors. And possession will be turned over. Drew Moore steps out of the crease. A patient clear here.
They've got the attack on the sideline here. It's just going to be a dump.
Pressure coming quickly, though. Nice hustle by Janis Saukatins to get on top. Making it harder for Fruling, but they do get it ahead. Going over to Montfort.
It's interesting we have people to our right guessing on what the score is going to be of the game.
Yep. That's happening all over. Obviously, a lot of attention on these quarterfinal games as the teams that win go to the semis. That means they're in the top 4 and guaranteed a berth in the 2027 World Lacrosse Field or Men's
Great
Championships.
Defense on the crease there.
Just an excellent job by Latvia to get it back. But the teams that lose these 4 quarterfinals will be 3 of them will go through to Japan as well. But the loser of the 7th place game is going to be on the outside looking in. They will be in the D2 Worlds.
That was an unnecessary check that's going to get flagged.
Ryan Cohen.
Anytime you wind up with one hand.
It wasn't going to really accomplish anything, like you said.
No. Oh, that wouldn't touch the flag there.
Bloomberg's trying to fight his way through some checking from Kruder. Oh, and Silverberg with a huge hit as that ball went high in the air, and Andres Doctors was waiting for it. And Silverberg, no stranger to throwing the body around.
We're going to get a 1-minute personal call on Cohen for the slash there. I'm sure his coach is going to have a little discussion about that.
Yeah, they won't be thrilled with that one. Perfect chance for Latvia to push back into a tie here. They'll rotate it, get everybody
very
touch.
difficult to do the skip pass against Israel.
Coming back up, Bloomberg has a lane, rips it off the post. It's just a little too far. I'm not going to be able to get it. That little curb in front of us messes everybody up as they're trying to catch those balls.
A replay of that, actually.
Let's see what we can do, Bill. I've got the live stream up.
Closer to being in than off the post.
I think you might be right. And Israel is going to go back the other way so often. You see that happen. Close call at one end turns into a goal and a crucial one at the other.
I'm telling you, if I'm the Latvia coach and this was the NHL, I'd be asking for a look at that last one.
You know what? No, it's right off the crossbar.
Right off the crossbar.
Yep. Yeah, it was. I
It did
paused
come back
it,
out
freeze
here
framed it.
towards us with a lot of velocity.
It did. Yeah, no, I actually got a pause right as it was hitting the crossbar. It was definitely not in.
Procedure off the draw here.
Latvia is going to have a chance. The penalty is over.
So close to tying that game up.
So close. Kudos to the refs for getting that one right, by the way. So much more often correct than incorrect, and I know we all tend to focus on the ones they get wrong.
Armchair officiating.
You know that as a
bit of a
veteran
sport.
official. Outs. Circumnavigating the field. Spins off a check. Rolls out. That's going to be scooped up. Nice job by Fitzpatrick once again. Gets it to Morris. He's directing traffic. I was walking by the back of, actually I think it was the Latvia-Scotland game last night. And it was so fascinating because we have headphones on all the time. We don't get to hear as much of the player communication. But being right behind the net as they were working a clear under lots of ride pressure, it's interesting to hear the communication and the camaraderie between the players. Israel. Gannon carries it into the offensive zone. He's directing traffic with his offhand. Cohen. Spins and shoots. That one's wide. Gannon by far the closest will get the backup. Latvia's going to have a quick short stick midi change.
Like to get in on the crease.
Haven't seen much of Balter in this game.
Balter the other day put up a hat trick in the first quarter of the game against Switzerland, I believe. That were highlight reel goals.
Here's a drive, big save by Richters off that shot from Fruling. Oh, it's going to be passed back now. Will the long pole be able to goose it ahead? Nope. Extended battle for it, and that's going to be over and back.
They get an odd man if they can take advantage of it.
They thought for a moment, but Estratz is going to just toss it back up. Israel hustling back into defensive position.
The attack caught below the goal line extended.
Are they still completing their change? It looked for a moment as Cam Condrati looked over to the bench, but they're all out there. They are ready to go, and here's Bloomberg's coming across the top. Nice job by Kruder. Big guy, but moves very well. Hausenbold again. Big guy who moves well. Coming from X, Lazda, trying to see what's there. Gets a little pick. Condrati skips one off. Here's a rip. Bouncer. It goes off of Drew Morris. We were saying that Richter's has been more challenged, but Morris has been perfect when needed.
Thought he might have gone low to high up by his head on that one as opposed to low to low.
We got a timeout for Israel. We are 24 and a half minutes into this game. We have 2 goals.
There's 2 goals, and it's an exciting game.
It's an exciting game. This is, I mean, I think that Wales Czech game last night was fantastic. I mean, so many ups and downs, and the comebacks and the overtime. But this has been a great game. What do you see coming out of this timeout as Israel sets up here? I mean, in the defensive zone, they grabbed that timeout before the possession could be given back to Latvia.
As I've said before, Israel's defense is just stellar, just keeping anything passing through the middle. You'll get people scoring goals when players trip or get caught a little bit out of position. But they're so defensively sound. Even their short stick D is incredible.
Do you want to run us through, Bill, how shall we start with Latvia got here to this game?
So Latvia started off with a win against the Netherlands. We thought it would be more of a challenging game. We had heard the Netherlands was going to be stronger than perhaps what we saw.
Yeah, but 14-4.
win.
Crazy.
And then they played a strong Finland team, which was a 12-6 victory. And they went up against England. England, I mean, I went to watch that game, and at one point, I think it was 4-3. Half, and we thought, Latvia was going to stay in this, and then England just shut the door and ran away with it in the third and fourth quarters.
Still only 8-3 though, and nobody else has kept England down. Even in the quarterfinals, France couldn't keep England down to single digits. So, but then the blowout over Bulgaria, 21-3, and we've talked about the game against Scotland last night.
You know
which
what?
was a dandy.
Latvia had to play Bulgaria the other day, and it's hard to play teams like that when you're playing at a super high caliber, and then you're sort of going back. And I thought they did a great job in that game of playing it the right way, if that you can say it that way.
Pushing, continuing to respect your opponent and play hard, but not going crazy. Ripped by Bloomberg's, stopped by Morris, who's being challenged more and is rising to the occasion. And Bulgaria, brand new to this tournament, so it's a big challenge for them.
Bulgaria scored 3 goals against Latvia. And you can say, Latvia just sat back and let them shoot. They didn't. They were good goals.
They kept playing, yeah. Tucker LaBelle with 2 of them, and they were nice goals.
Yeah.
They were really good. I love it. Were you calling that game? Or was Marty? So whoever was
that game.
You were? Yeah, you're the one who said, and that makes him the all-time leading scorer in Bulgarian international history when LaBelle got his second goal, which was definitely true. Israel setting up. We have a slight delay here, a bit of a stoppage, as it were. And plays blown back in. Ian Kadish, the face-off wizard and a director with Israel Lacrosse. I get his newsletters all the time. Have you signed up yet? You said you were going to the other day.
What's that for?
For the Israel newsletter.
Oh, I have not.
Okay. I'm just saying. Montfort
actually played for the United States and Limerick.
Oh, the U21s.
And the U21s. Team that beat Canada in the final 12-10. Exciting game.
Yes. Ori Bar-David. Nice job holding on to the ball after a terrific check from Fasaponti. The feed through the middle. Oh, just wide from Belter.
Flag down on the far side.
That's way over, outside the restraining line.
Having interference.
That's Yakov Silberlicht going to the chair once again. Nope. It is
23.
Latvia. Fasaponti
is just changing for the
for
the man up.
So Fasaponti with 30 seconds. Huge chance for Israel. Feels like every goal they can get to pad this lead is going to be important. It just seems like Latvia at some point is going to find the mark. Belter quickly up to Gannon. Right back to Gannon, who will roll across the top. They're sticking with the lefty side here.
Good stick movement by Latvia in the middle there.
Yeah, very similar to what you were talking about earlier with Israel. Just sticks in the lanes. They kill that man advantage. And then the shot goes wide from Bo Chetner, who's been very quiet today as well. He's got 10 goals coming in.
He's got 10 goals. He's been quiet the last couple of games.
Yeah. They kind of shift. Teams pick up on that, and they make their adjustments. And these are 2 very well-coached teams.
They are.
Oh, that is a blast from Ryan Cohen on the run.
We've seen a lot of that move this weekend. Or week, I guess.
Yes.
We are approaching. We're inside 3 minutes. It is 3-0 for Israel in the first half of what is a quarterfinal game in the playoff division.
The winner of this game will play England.
Yeah.
In the semifinals. That's going to be something.
If Israel manages to go through, that'll be a replay of the final from Hungary, the last time a full European Men's Championship was held.
I mean, that was 9 years ago, so I'm sure there's not too many players back from either
I
team.
would imagine so. I actually saw the semifinals, and that I did not see the final.
Latvia trying to get on the board before they go to the halftime break. Another save by Morris. Don't know if he had too much trouble with that, but Latvia battling to try and scoop up that rebound, but Morris hangs on to it.
We have a interference on the goaltender.
Yeah.
The referee's done a good job of holding the flag instead of throwing it, so he doesn't have to chase it down.
Is that why they do that?
That is why they do that.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's going to run down to the defensive end to get his flag.
Okay. So it's laziness is what you're saying. Intelligence. Laziness / being smart. So that interference call, it's just a 30 though. We saw how well Latvia did killing the last man advantage that Israel had, but you can't keep going back to that.
Timeout. Cohen doesn't look like he's happy about that, but players always want to get the ball in quickly while
just get
people
going.
are trying to set up.
But it is, the final minute 8 of the first half, and Israel does have one timeout left, so no point letting it sit there in your pocket.
I'm going to imagine that they're going to try and get set up for a shot on goal.
Yeah.
Here to extend that lead.
Well, yeah, because there's 68 seconds left, right, with a 30-second penalty. Yep. So, yeah, they're going to try and get one here. Makes sense to take the timeout now, right? Because it's releasable, so you're not going to, you can't score and take the timeout to get more power play time. So.
And you're going to get 30 seconds of stop time. We saw 2 goals, was it yesterday? In the, I'm trying to remember which game it was. It might have been the Swiss game where they managed to, inside 38 seconds, they managed to score 2 goals before the half to get within 1 goal.
Wow. The players, the officials heading back onto the field. This final minute and 8 seconds. And the clock that's showing on the screen there is the clock on the field. It's not the official game clock. It is very close. It's a good representation. But the final 30 seconds is kept by the official on the sideline. He'll come out onto the field and count it down. Chetner flips across to Belter. They're taking their time, certainly not pushing the pace. Ryan Cohen is in the stack there, just trying to be quiet.
From the stack.
Here's Gannon. He's going to let that rip. Nice save. Richter's back between the pipes. Israel's got another couple seconds on the man advantage, and they're released. But Gannon rips one. That's a little bit high. They will retain possession, and the clock will stop as it hits 30 seconds to go. Israel in possession. They would love to get one more. Gannon goes well to the far side. Fruling. What a save, Richter's on that low shot. Now Latvia is going to have a bit of time to work with here. Oh, big hit. That's Fitzpatrick.
Oh, timeout before. That didn't feel good, I'm sure. He's flexing his arm there to say, I'm okay.
That's a great timeout.
Yeah, that hit was timed perfectly.
Yep. Is that Alex Abilate? Number 10? Or is that Eli Lazda? Sorry.
Yeah, Eli Lazda, a little slow getting up. He was flexing his arm there, saying that he may have got a little stinger in the shoulder.
Oh, wow. Are we on? Do we have the camera on the Latvian bench? Because they are, the coaches are irate. Andras Tikmanis is yelling at the officials, and he actually has to stop one of his players from going out to yell at the official.
I wonder if it's related to that contact.
I would think so. He was pointing at the spot where it happened.
Yeah. It was a bit of a suicide pass. I think he's probably talking about head contact.
So 10 seconds for Latvia to work with. Let's see what they can do. Bloomberg's coming around the top. Gets a shot off. Probably not what they were looking for. They were just running out of time, though, against that tough Israeli defense. And we will go to the half with the score still at 3-0.
So we're going to go into the half with Israel 3 and Latvia nothing. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Commercial break! We've been really busy over the past 2 years developing our very own women's lacrosse stick.
We are really, really proud of it. So stop by the shop. We would love to tell you more about it.
Good Stick Co. Come get a stick. Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse. We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championship in Wrocław. We are ready to roll. The final seconds of the half are just allowed to drift into the ether as the players and the officials are all ready to roll. And it is 3-0 Israel. As we're getting started, do you want to just let folks know, we talked about how Latvia got here. Just quickly go through how Israel made it to this point.
Israel had a relatively straightforward dive through their pool. The one team that came up was Scotland. Scotland, after a start against Switzerland that they didn't really put themselves behind the 8 ball, really gave Israel fits. It ended up being an 11-6 victory. However, I think the game was closer than that score would indicate, with Israel scoring a few late goals.
It was 4-3 just before halftime, and then Israel did get one more before the half, but it was a close game. Israel for sure. And they were saying before the game, Moti Silberlicht was saying, we feel we're battle tested. We had a challenging group. It doesn't look like it because you see the 17-5 win over Portugal, which is a rising team at this tournament. Have gotten very good since then. 11-6, like you said, over Scotland, and then the 12-2 over Switzerland. That maybe surprising just how dominant that was.
The Norway game, although 10-0, I thought Norway had a fantastic game against them. It was unfortunate Norway didn't score.
Yeah, it's a tough one for the Norwegians, but there's a great strip from Hausenbold, and he is going for a run. Just keeps changing sides, and he'll fire and scores. Hausenbold back and forth. Had Condrati trying to stick with him, and there's flags flying. Post goal.
That's going to create a conversation between Hausenbold and Fitzpatrick, the two of which have taken turns going down and taking shots and not hitting the net.
And here we have the replay. Oh, no, we're back. We had the replay. We're back to the live. But, yeah, I mean, Hausenbold just driving down. It did such a nice job of that, the slight shifts in position, right, to force Condrati to try and stay with him.
Clean possession by Latvia. They're going to work the ball around. Latvia has to start getting some momentum here.
Yeah, they need a goal soon. There's a chance. Oh, great opportunity for Vinny Fasaponti.
Vinny's took the draw. You could see him pulling at the sidewalls of his stick.
Yeah. Bloomberg's settles it down over to Estrats. You can head over to the righties on the far side. They actually have 5 guys right now who are righty dominant, have their right hands on right-handed position. And the one lefty blasts that one, but it's just off target from the stick of Andres Doctors.
Believe it or not, that was Hausenbold's third goal, I believe.
Wow. Oh, good communication as Montfort was racing in from the center line, and they let James Mowens know just in time. He spun away from a potential blind check. Here's Doctors driving, trying to get through that wall of white, and he's going to be stripped, taken away by Ethan Dickturl.
Just frustrating for Latvia to try and get anywhere near the net.
You mentioned as we were in the halftime break that it felt like Latvia might be forcing some shots, and we were discussing and saying, hey, when it feels like every time you have a little tiny lane, you think there might be something better, you want to go for one more, it's just taken away. It is easy to get into, well, we have to shoot. We have to shoot if we have any chance. And that's, on the one hand, kind of playing into what Israel wants you to force shots, but what are you going to do? They take away your opportunities.
I'm curious to know when's the last time anyone has scored on Israel.
Wow, that's a great.
Their last game, they won 10-0, so they didn't give up any. We're into the third quarter, so it's at least 6 quarters without giving up a goal.
Yeah, it's actually 8 quarters plus because Switzerland didn't score in the second half.
Two
full games. Wow. There's a rip from outside by Montfort. I'd love to have someone go through the record books and see when the last time a team went through 2 full games without giving up a goal. Obviously, that's spread over 3 games, but boy, a second half, a full game, and a first half without a goal. What an effort. Gutmanis under some heavy pressure from Hausenbold.
They burn a timeout.
Yeah. Shows you how critical Latvia recognizes this early stage of the second half is.
Israel very excited about them having to burn a timeout there.
Yeah, teams really get fired up about that because it's a testament to the work you're doing to put them in a position where they feel they have no other choice, right?
There's 25 minutes left in a game. You're losing 4-0, and you've burned a timeout 4.5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Just to try and hold a possession, an offensive possession.
You don't sound like you're a big fan of the call.
No. I get it.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere. Let's make this one count.
It also was a possession where you're up near center. You haven't even really gotten into your set.
Yeah.
There's not really. I mean, now one other factor maybe is that's Hausenbold on him, and like a minute and a half ago, Hausenbold just scored, and his 3rd goal of the tournament. So, if there is a strip there, maybe you're thinking, wow, this just goes the other way, and it's 5-0, like that. I snapped my fingers for folks who couldn't hear it, which is probably everyone.
You know, it's going to come back to haunt you when you got Hausenbold on you up around center, and your player picks up a loose ball and you're down by a goal.
So the official, in this case, put the ball down and put his hat beside it and not on top of it. We could see it. I thought for a second maybe he had a mesh hat. We could see. He put it beside. What's that about?
I don't know. Usually you put it on top of it, pointing the direction that the ball is going.
Yeah, and he had it pointing in the direction of the ball and right beside it. It was almost like he was marking his ball in golf. He just put it right beside. I don't know. Interesting. That's the kind of thing that makes me want to go and ask. Oh, here's a chance and the goal!
Great job.
Latvia finds the back of the net. James Mullins, excellent movement. They find a seam, and maybe that timeout was well taken after all.
I stand corrected again. That seems to happen quite often.
Just a great job by Latvia to generate this chance.
Again, this is the first goal Israel's given up in almost 2 full games.
Yeah. Over 2 full games.
Over 2 full games.
How does he get open? So they switch. They're switching back, and as Hausenbold is coming, so the Israelis switch. They had a short stick on Mullins for a moment, and I'm just going back and watching, and he slipped slightly towards the net, and as they switched back to get the pole on, to get Hausenbold on him.
It's funny that, they were worried about the matchup there, which obviously rightfully so since he scored, but it doesn't seem to have been a concern through most of the game.
And now you can see a little jump, a little pep in the step for the Latvians. Procedure call.
We have a procedure call, not sure what was.
So Israel will take possession. See how the Latvian defense goes. You can see them getting out onto Montfort. Nice trail check attempt there by Harrison Nye.
Curious to wonder what was going through Fruling's mind when he didn't shoot on the first attempt.
Sometimes you're trying to be patient, or you just think as you get past the shooting spot, you're like, oh boy, I should have shot. That was the one.
As Balter got that in relatively quick.
Cohen driving to the net. Nice save again by Richters. Driving across center. There's a flag coming. He's just waiting to see it. Yep.
This is a great opportunity for Latvia. They have 30 seconds man-up situation. See if they can catch the Israeli defenders in a bad switch-up again.
Yeah, Sasha Gannon trailing the play. Fasaponti gets it to the back, and here's Lazda coming out. Just about tipped aside there. Latvia maintains possession. Doctors. Bloombergs will let it fly. That one's a little off target. But they'll get it
Interesting
back.
pass from X. We haven't seen a lot of passing out of X from Latvia.
And straight up the middle. Doctors tucks, shoots just wide.
What a great little duct.
It's a great move to get through, but couldn't quite get it on target. That was probably a couple feet wide of the net. There's Estrats. Doctors at X. You know, when Doctors goes to X, you've got 5 players with the sticks set in their right hands. And then he actually switches over. And at one point, you had 6 guys set as right-handed.
That's close to a hold by Ozenbold.
Oh, there's another cut. Looked like they had Moens again, but the pass was just away from him. Big battle.
That's probably not a bad decision.
No, that you don't mind that one, because if you don't make that push and then get the ball, it's a really good break at the net. But this is a chance to just let it rip.
Guess who?
That is Aiden Hausenbold?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
We don't keep stats on long pole goals necessarily, but I can assume he's probably up there leading the way or close to it.
He's got to be. We've been celebrating the long pole goals through the tournament, but my goodness.
All right. Those long pole goals tend to get the bench up. You can see them dancing over on the sideline.
In our commentators chat, everyone gets pretty fired up when there's a long pole goal too. We love it. We all love it. As a
another flag.
Yeah, it's going to be one more trip to the bench. Tell you, as a high school long pole myself, I scored many goals in my dreams. None on the field. So I get it. I get the excitement. Ethan Dick Turl will go for 30 seconds.
Jeez, I can imagine it was like trying to get around you in high school.
My favorite move actually was when guys would come too close trying to get around, I'd kind of set my stick on my hip. And because I'm quite a bit taller than most of the guys, bend down, set my stick on my hip, and kind of get it under their hips and lift them up off the ground.
Yeah.
It was a very effective move. I never got called for anything. I suppose technically it was probably a penalty, but all I was doing was standing there with my stick, checking them. Moens thinking about going from outside. That one's tipped on the way across by Fitzpatrick. Boy, and for all that Hausenbold has done with those goals, Fitzpatrick still, if I'm picking an all-tournament team, hard not to take him. Big save by Morris on a great chance from Bloomberg's. Right in tight. Probably one of the 2 best looks the Latvians have had in this game. They buried the other one. Moens, double clutch, got it through an active stick from Fitzpatrick. Estrats at X. There's some space for Doctors. They get it to him. He'll let it rip and scores. You could see that one coming as Israel everyone drifted to the far side. Doctors takes advantage, and it's a second goal for Latvia.
It was interesting. Like you say, I haven't seen Israel sag that much on their defense. You wouldn't think there'd be a fatigue factor. They haven't. I wouldn't change something if it wasn't broken.
Nope. So 5-2, 3 minutes to go. Boy, this game is flying by. Can Latvia climb this hill? And we talked before the game about how when a team's played an extra game, Latvia had the game last night against Scotland. It was delayed. They wound up playing fairly late. Here they are before noon hitting the field. And now we're in the early afternoon. The third quarter can be so tough. third and fourth quarter is when it can really catch up to you. So far, Latvia has looked pretty sharp and fresh here in the third.
I wonder if it was the opposite. It took them that long to wake up.
Maybe. Because, their first was, they did several good things, but they weren't as dangerous looking.
They weren't as sharp, right?
No.
Be curious to see how many balls on net just drifted by.
Yeah. So that sets up for that conversation sets up for a very interesting final 17-plus minutes. Can Latvia start to climb back? Israel would love to extend it. Ori Bardavid thought about the shot, passes off instead. Gannon quickly across to Montfort. Israel taking their time again. No shot clock in international lacrosse yet. It'll come next year. Montfort flicks it across. Thought they were going up to Silberlick. They go back to Montfort. I think he's going to find Ori Bardavid. He does. Bardavid, the first native-born Israeli to play for the Israel national team. One of many, many young players coming up through the pipeline that all these players are working on, coaching, drilling, directing. Great rip, another save, Richter's.
So that's going to be a foul. The head fell off of Harrison Nay's stick. The stick was not broken. They're going to take a look at it. And, of course, if the stick is not broken and the head just fell off the stick, that is a foul.
But if it is broken, you can't keep playing with the broken stick.
No,
either.
you cannot.
So
I'm not sure if the head comes up whether you aren't supposed to drop the stick either.
Because you can't play without it in
Yeah.
the field, so interesting.
It's interesting. The ball
They've
went
given
back
the ball to Latvia.
To Latvia?
So maybe it was determined that it was okay. Minute and a dozen seconds for Latvia. Richter's finds his passing lane. Here's P.T. Tierney. I haven't seen him, I don't think, on the field yet.
Yeah.
And that's where a few sets of fresh legs will definitely help down the stretch here. Latvia riding their horses for sure, trying to get some fresh stallions out there. Final 45 seconds.
No Hosenbold and no Fitzpatrick on the field.
Wow. Oh, yeah, Fitzpatrick's right there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, over on the far side.
Oh, there he is. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Kruder on the check may have helped enough to give Morris a chance to get it. Now with 25 seconds, it's Gannon running the other way. Numbers for Israel. Ducking underneath his Montfort. Great defensive work there. That was Bryce Danauskis. And Latvia's going to get a final chance. And it's going to be a goalie chance. Passes it off. I thought he might cut for the give and go. Doctors is taking out flag flies.
Right in the head.
Yeah, no question. With 3 seconds to go.
They're going to hold for possession.
Yeah, 100%. So Latvia will get the man advantage, and they'll have 27, or is that a minute? Or 30? That's 30 seconds.
I thought it was a hold. I've not seen the signal. I would assume that's a hold. He did a little duck under to go around, and the long pole caught him and pulled him back.
But Latvia will have all but 3 seconds of that man up when we start the fourth quarter. It is 5-2 for Israel over Latvia, but this is looking like a great finish in store. I'm Steven Stamp with Bill Searle. It's the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championship in Wrocław. We'll see you in 2 minutes. World Championship or World Games? Oh, 27. We are underway in the fourth quarter of this taut Israel-Latvia quarterfinal. It's 5-2 Israel. Latvia on the man up to start the fourth quarter. Moens flips it across. Lazda keeps it moving. They're going back to Moens. He had the first goal. He has looked dangerous throughout this contest, at least the most dangerous for the Latvians, who are picking things up here in the second half. There's Moens. The penalty's released. Montfort races in. Moens had to avoid him. They didn't really take advantage of that opportunity. Now Moens is trying to drive through. We'll flick it back out to Estrats. He ducks underneath. Good recovery there from Ethan Dickturl. Almost the forgotten man with Hausenbold and Fitzpatrick getting so much attention on the defensive side, but boy, he is definitely holding up his end. And Israel with the clear.
Fitzpatrick was really happy with his decision right there.
Yes.
Give a little fist pump.
Kind of an extended conversation here between Ian Kadish and Montfort. Now Kadish is going to head to the bench for a more attacking midfielder. That'll be Hayden Fruling coming in.
And they're just waiting for the line change to be complete.
Yeah, no rush at this point for Israel. They're pretty happy to see this clock keep ticking down. We feel like it's been a really fast. Oh, what a goal! Coming out from behind Montfort. Beautiful little question mark. And answers it with a great snipe to the top corner.
I'm pretty sure the goaltender didn't think he was going to shoot.
I mean, Ryan Richters was dropping low for that one. I think, if anything, he thought it was going to be a bouncer.
They have been going low a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The game, it might be the first time we've seen them on an angle trying to come up under the crossbar.
Such a nice job by Montfort to just kind of, it's almost like a bee sting pick position as the defender's coming out on top of him, rushing over, and just lets him kind of roll off his back to get that shot off. Here's a chance for Latvia right off the top. Oh, the rip just wide from Doctors. Those are the opportunities. Yeah, that's one of the best looks they've had. And Latvia, they've talked about before the game, they've talked about they are rising. They feel like they can compete with the top teams. There's something about that last step. They've said, we want to knock off a big dog. There's something extra difficult about that next stage of difficulty, next stage of rising. Here's Mullins. Say, we'll try to get back. They've still got 11 and a half minutes. A nice dodge and a rip. Morris just gets enough off of that shot from P.T. Tierney.
That was labeled and on target.
Yes. Doctors. Switches and shoots. That'll be maintained possession as Mullins heads over to get a ball from the back line.
Latvia is going to be a little frustrated with the number of times they've just thrown missed opportunities wide of the posts.
Mullins trying to get something going here. Hausenbold all over him. He's not just a scorer, that Hausenbold.
No.
Ball knocked away from Lazda, but he gets it back. Good save of the possession. Here's Tierney. Matched up on Kadish, the short stick. Big chop, and that's going to be a penalty to Kadish. Racing in. It's going to blast one. What a chance there from Guzmanis.
Good thing, good job skipping forward to not get caught outside of the box there.
Yeah. Excellent point. He was just inside, and that was a really nice look. So as Kadish goes to the box.
So they do have a minute here. And And,
Okay, Israel taking a timeout. You can see Andris Tikmanis, the head coach for Latvia and head cheerleader. He is fired up. He comes out. He is a passionate coach, a passionate lacrosse guy. And they are not giving up. They are down by 4, 10 minutes to go. They've got this 1 minute non-releasable. And they have they have one timeout, right? They did take that timeout early in the half.
That's right. It was 6 minutes into the half.
So now if you score with, say, 30 seconds into this man up, are you taking the timeout?
Draw guy's done a good job. I might.
Yeah.
I might, but you're down 4 goals. If you can get the opportunity to get it within 2.
Yeah.
Perhaps not, and
It's
not
tough,
gamble,
right?
but
Yeah.
you know, hope that you're
Hope that you're in it and you need it later.
or your draw guy is gonna take that next draw and win it successfully anyway.
Yeah, but by then,
You're right. The penalty would be over.
yeah.
Depends how quickly you score, I guess.
Yeah, that's the big thing. If you can score, obviously. I mean, it's been very difficult against Drew Morrison, the Israel defense.
But it only took 2 games for somebody to score on them.
Right? Mullins flips it up top. Lazda just not sure he wants to do with it. There's a great chance behind the back. Oh, what a save by Morris. Beautiful try by Bloombergs.
That would have been a highlight reel goal and certainly some motivation on the Latvia bench.
Well, the ball gets loose, but rolls straight ahead to Seth Mahler. Well, we shouldn't overlook what Mahler's doing either. I think we have an offside call.
Yeah, we got an offside call.
Yeah. There's nobody supporting him.
We may have another flag there.
Is that Montfort or Cohen that's down?
We had another flag thrown up high here, really late.
Oh, we're just in front of us. Right up by center. Or is that that was the offside call?
Yeah, the flag across, if you look in front of the Israel bench, came
Oh, I see. There's 2 over there. Yeah,
after.
yeah. Okay.
Can we tell who's down?
That's what I was asking. It was Montfort or Cohen. It's either 81 or 91. We'll take a peek. It's 91, so it's Ryan Cohen is down.
That's a big blow. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Just shaking up a little. It looks that way.
One issue just for the viewers, just so you know, the gear did get some rain. There's a lot of rain, crazy storm last night, and that's why we didn't stream the final game last night, which is a shame. It was recorded. We
put up. Game.
Oh my goodness, Czech and Croatia or Czech and Wales, great game, but unfortunately your headset you can't hear me this morning.
I cannot hear you at all. That's why I have the one earphone off.
So if you're ever wondering why I'm saying something and Bill's saying it momentarily thereafter, it's because I am, if I'm facing to my right, it's very hard for him to hear me. So I was just talking about, I was asking you if it was Montfort or Cohen. And then you said, oh, do we know who's down? I was like, well, we do not. But luckily he is back up. Good to see that.
He will have to leave the field.
Yes. 11 seconds left in the man up, which means it's basically going to dissipate.
It depends on what we had called here.
Right. Yeah, it looks like it's both are on Latvia.
Yeah, we have 2 down in Latvia. So
Yeah.
we have 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in the game.
9 minutes, 23
Oh, is that
seconds.
9?
That's a 9.
Oh, I know what I'm missing.
Hey, now what's it look like?
Now it looks like 9.
It's amazing how well glasses work. I just have the cheaters because I need them for some reading stuff, but
I'm
I
the
can't
opposite.
see at all the stuff out on the field if I have them on. So I look really dorky with them
I
perched
can
down
see
on my
everything,
nose.
and I can read the menu and that. I just can't see across the field.
So it will be Israel with a huge advantage. How much are they going to as play is
I'm
going in?
thinking the clock is more important than the goal right now.
I think so.
Oh, they're put Hosenbold up there on the power play.
That's
They're
interesting.
looking for a hat trick.
We haven't seen a pole hat trick. We're quite confident in that.
I'm pretty sure that's what we're looking for here.
They get that shot. It's turned aside.
So one foul is released.
There's still 2 in the box. Latvia did have just 3 players on the field to
We
start
had a 6
that.
on 3 there.
We did. And another shot. Maybe Israel thinks that Latvia is going to be feeling the way we are, that they're looking at Hosenbold the hat trick.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of just running around him.
Kind of like being the poster child, right?
Yeah. See, and he's moving it quickly. But, I mean, if he gets a chance, I'm sure the shot will come. Oh, that's a pretty nice assist, though.
That's a
to
skip
Matthew
pass.
Balter. What a beauty from the pole. Wow. And that's a gorgeous play.
The Hosenbold, just a skip pass right to the crease.
Israel goal number 19, Matthew Walter.
And Hosenbold set it up with a pair of just quick passes to his wings beforehand, and then took that moment to rip it down to Balter. To Balter. That's a great play. That's almost better than the hat trick.
Those who don't play with a long pole don't realize how when you shorten your hands on that stick, sometimes it's hard to handle or be accurate.
Yeah, you have to be aware of the shaft end, hitting yourself in the shin or knee or something and throwing the shot off. Extended stalemate here, and Kadish is pretty happy. Israel's pretty happy to see the seconds ticking away.
We're going to get I assume they're being asked to move it.
Yeah, and there you go. I figured at some point Fasaponte has to just make something happen. And they do get possession out of it. Nice job. And Mix Stabelniks. Oh, but the turnover. Dick Turl throws it ahead. Are they awarding a timeout?
We're going to assume that he didn't hear the whistle. Of course, in ice hockey, you do that after the whistle. There's always a big commotion.
Yeah, I mean, Latvia just kept playing, but
Balter apologizes and heads over to the bench on his timeout.
yeah.
Sorry, dude, didn't hear the whistle.
Yeah. What a pickoff by Ethan Dick Turl.
It just flicks his stick to the inside. The ball goes right in it.
I tell you, this has been a great game by Israel. We've been focusing. I feel like we've been focusing a fair bit on Latvia and how gutsy they've been and how they've been working to get back and what they're doing to try and deal with this. But Israel, bit of a machine, right? Well coached, very disciplined, very athletic, and they just do their thing. That's the point. Yeah, Modi Silberlek, the head coach before the game, was saying, our approach doesn't change for Latvia, for anybody. We work on our stuff. We have our scout. We have our game. We play our style. It's working. If Latvia is unable to make up these 5 goals in the final 7 minutes, which having scored 2 goals through 53 minutes makes you think it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah.
What a semifinal between England and Israel. You want to do that one with me?
At this rate, they need 12 games, I think.
Yeah, that's right. And Morris takes away a pretty nice chance for Cam Kondraty, and Israel is pushing.
We have an odd man here.
Is Frühling going to actually push that? They will. Sasha Gannon adds one to make it 8-2.
Israel goal number 6, Sasha Gannon.
You dropped the stick after the goal.
Thought he was going to have a stick check?
In one of the women's games.
Yeah. They're not doing that anymore, though,
They
are they?
aren't?
Or they're not. What is it? You don't,
I don't know.
you don't toss it. There's some change to that.
Yeah.
I believe they're moving away from the stick check every time. I've seen talk of it. I thought I'm not sure if it had been passed. That's probably an NCAA thing, which I think would be good. I've seen games, with women's games where somebody scores 4 or 5 goals, have their stick checked every time. They never left the field.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed with that stick. But it's the rule. You check it every time. Kadish with a win. Is he going to try and get one himself? Oh, big collision.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, Penn Estrat's kind of checked him a little bit from behind. I don't think there's anything
checked
wrong
him
with the
from
check
the front.
from Harrison Nye. I mean, Estrat's was on the back, but it wasn't much of a push. He was just on his jersey, and it was Nye with the big hit. Hausenbold at the top again. We've seen his passing acumen. We've seen his shooting acumen. Here's Balter going to the net. He scores. Nice underneath dodge.
Yeah, this game's starting to run away here.
Yeah.
In the last 5 minutes.
So Latvia, who's been, for many people, the pleasant surprise of the tournament. They've been a rising team. What a great tournament they're having. Suffering this loss now, they're going to have to regroup and tomorrow get back into playing some big games for them because they still have a 3-4 chance of getting to the Japan World Championships in 2 years.
They're going to have a big game against France coming up. And remember that they're fighting to hopefully stay out of that, for the 5-6 position and not to have to fight for that 7 position to qualify for Japan.
Those 5 through 8 semis are huge because, you win that and you've earned your berth to Japan. You lose it, you have a do-or-die game.
You know what? This game's starting to get a little chippy.
Yes. They're both physical teams that don't back down. It's not shocking.
After seeing France play the other day, I'd say Latvia's defense is going to play real tough against France. France
I think that's going to be a good
challenged
game.
to get near the net.
Yeah. That 7-8 game will be on Saturday. Most of the final games finish up on Friday, but Saturday we've got the 21st place game, the 7th place game, and the gold medal game. As Hausenbold, another steal. He's taking off. Surely he's not going to pass. He is. Balter, did he try to shoot there, or did that just get away from him?
He got chopped in the stick there. Or? We're approaching 3 minutes left in the game. Israel with a comfortable 7-goal lead.
Latvia taking their timeout. Oh no, it's
I think the ball
procedure.
Went out of bounds.
Okay. So the final day will start with the 21st place game, which the winner will go to the Division II World Lacrosse
It would be the
Men's Championship.
The last team to qualify for it.
Will be the last team from this tournament, and the loser, boom, you're out. No Worlds of any form for you in 2027. Which is what makes sports so exciting. It's hard to watch the losers, but you don't have the thrill of victory without the agony of defeat. Then we'll have the 7th place game to see who's going to Japan and who will be in the Tier 2
So my
Worlds.
question.
And then we have the gold medal game.
Yes. That says something about a gold medal anyway.
Yeah. So your question, Bill.
My question was, what happens if a team backs out of going to Japan? That's a huge expense. Some of these teams are basically funded by the players.
Right.
You look at a team like Bulgaria. I go, well, we don't necessarily think Bulgaria would make it. If a team does not take their position, do we just go to a ranking system? Because there would be no longer a qualification for it.
Well, would it be, say the Czech team has very limited funding for this field program.
Yeah.
Will they go to Japan? I mean, I think that's their plan.
I think
is
they
to
would
go.
to Japan. I'm talking more about the Division.
Oh, the Division 2. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we don't know where the Division 2 tournament will be yet.
We don't know where it'll be.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Contact with the referee.
Oh, boy.
That's not going to go over well at all.
No.
That may be an expulsion, and I think it is.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know if Richter's was even looking at the play that was called for the initial foul, because he was so focused on getting the ball after making the save. Yeah, that is.
Backup goaltender is in the net already.
Yeah. Richter's is already over sitting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's an expulsion, right?
That is.
Saw
I'm
the
surprised
thumb like
he's
that.
still sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Or sitting in the penalty box.
Oh, and what does that, I mean, what kind of supplemental discipline arises from
where
that?
does that put you and then your next match?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you've got big games coming. The backup goaltender is Chris Doctors. He is between the pipes, and boy, there may be a lot on his shoulders in the next few days. Ori Bardavid tries to get it across to Ronan Abramovich. That's going to miss, get out of bounds, and
We are
Latvia
into
will
stop
get it.
time, and with 1 minute and 14 seconds left. The outcome is pretty well here. We just got to watch the,
We mentioned Latvia, very passionate. They play, as I said, with a chip on their shoulder, and that is a wonderful motivator in many ways, but it can also make you prone to incidents like that where you just, kind of hurt yourself.
Kind of surprised that Israel's putting any pressure on here if they want to just sit back with the ball.
Yeah. And I think they have replaced Richter's in the penalty area now with an in-home. Hausenbold is going to go for the hat trick and gets it.
Not sure that's the right move.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need the 10th goal, but I've never seen a long pole hat trick. It's kind of cool.
I've had a long pole hat trick. I had a 4-goal game.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I never scored as a long pole. I think we've gone over that in the broadcast. My bitterness of never getting a goal or even really a shot on net as a long pole. But, wow, good for you. 4 goals. I mean,
4 goals down in Florida.
Did you get 4 goals at the European Men's Championship?
No.
No. So you see my point too, right?
Yes, I do see your point. As a player, I don't know.
Yeah, I
whether
know.
want that.
And I've heard, we've talked enough about games. I know your response to that would not be a pleasant one if you're out there on the other team.
Was Gretzky's whatever beating Howe was an empty netter, wasn't it?
It might have been the all-time, like for the all-time record. Was it? I think it might have been.
Yeah.
So the final score will be Israel 10, Latvia 2. Israel on to the semifinals to play England. Latvia to the 5 through 8 semifinals to play France. They will keep battling. Latvia will to get a spot in Japan in 2 years in 2027. Israel is looking for a European championship. Stay tuned in a few moments as Sam and Summer will be out talking one each with one player from each of the teams. I'm Steven Stamp with Bill Searle. Thank you for being with us. There's lots more here on World Lacrosse, on WLTV, World Lacrosse TV, and Lax TV from Wrocław.
versus Israel. You played defense for Latvia, obviously. You had lockdown D on number 91, Ryan Cohen, a few caused turnovers. How important is defense to your team in this stage of the tournament?
Very important, and I would say it was kind of a team effort. Support from my teammates, especially the other long poles and our goalie, to allow me to push out on 91. He still got a few goals, but that was a good game defensively in the first 3 quarters, I would say.
And game didn't go the way you wanted it today, but you still have a chance at Worlds. You're playing Team France tomorrow. How are you going to bounce back from this so that the rest of the tournament goes solid for you guys?
Yeah, I would say we're still able to achieve our goals that we set out for at the beginning of this tournament. So we're going to get back, get some recovery in, watch some film, and be prepared for tomorrow.
Awesome. That is Harrison Znai from Team Latvia. Tomorrow he'll be playing Team France at the European Men's Lacrosse Championships in Wrocław.
I'm joined here on the sidelines with number 42 from Israel, Aiden Hausenbold, after their 10-2 win over Latvia. Aiden, today was a very competitive, fast-paced game. What were the key factors that led to today's win?
I think our defense kept it up, right? We're focused on making it really hard for everyone to do whatever they want to do, right? Like, we might get beat sometimes, but every single play they have to earn everything, and we're entitled to nothing. And I think that mentality has really led us. Our defense up until the second half had 8 straight quarters not letting in a single goal, and then held them to 2 in the second half. Like, we're really focusing on that identity, and then our offense is filled with a bunch of studs, and we're letting them take care of it down there.
Now, it's easy to tell from the outside that this Israeli team is very disciplined. How do those values sort of reflect off the field?
Yeah, I would say off the field, I think the discipline comes from us, like, remembering why we're playing, right? So to start the tournament, we all got together, and, like, each player said, hey, why are we here? What are we playing for? We're playing for more. And I think yesterday we did a team trip even closer, and we every night we hang out together just to hang out, get to know each other. And so that's kind of like that discipline to get to know each other and understand each other's whys has been why we've seen so much success on the field.
Now, we know that there's a lot of lacrosse left to be played here in this tournament, but with this win, you guys earn your spot at the 2027 World Games in Japan. What does that mean to you personally and to this team?
I think it's unbelievable. Last year in San Diego, we placed 7th, and really that was a massive step forward for our program. And now we're kind of itching at the surface to get into that top pool and really show like what Israel lacrosse is all about.
Awesome. One more time, number 42, Aiden Hausenbold of Israel, as they defeat Latvia 10-2 here at the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championships. Thank you, Aiden.